What you see in this picture is just a snapshot of a landfill. Its true magnitude is astonishing, both in mass and its effects. Landfills range in sizes and age. This impacts their effects on the environment. The older sites have little to no insulation for the methane gases or drainage for the leachate runoff from landfill that poison the land and any underground water. These have many flow-on effects, such as rendering the land uninhabitable because of the stench, or poisoning local people and animals through major and minor water sources. The modern landfill sites have a structure to them, the basic components starting at the compacted soil at the bottom, a clay liner, plastic liner, a gravel and sand layer that contains leachate collection pipes all through its centre, many years' worth of garbage, compacted soil, topsoil, and then vegetation. This solution has been a double-edged sword as it keeps the majority of the toxic contents within the confines of these layers, but not enough to completely prevent the leachate from seeping into the soil and the methane from escaping. Yet it essentially makes the landfill sufficiently airtight to make even the decomposition of food difficult, if near impossible, as there is now neither any light or air to help decompose the contents of the hundreds of landfills worldwide. That's several billion tons of waste in the last few years alone, slowly poisoning our land and water. Landfill has a sister, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, so named as it is a floating island of plastic refuse the size of a continent in the middle of the Great Pacific, wreaking havoc on the marine environment, slowly poisoning and suffocating marine life, and was deemed impossible to clean up. Until there was a breakthrough by a man named Boyan Slat, who created an innovative machine to clean the plastic from our oceans by utilizing the ocean currents and wind power to passively transport the waste into floating nets. These nets drastically reducing the risk of trapping wildlife. It only takes one innovative idea to turn around a situation, and that takes research and time, and not enough of either is going into the landfill situation. There are tests that are done on the degradability of the waste. However, this is difficult. The tests have to be a fair representation of the contents of the landfill in order to determine its degradability. If only a few kilos of waste are measured, that can lead to a higher representative percentage of organic matter than is really in the landfill. These samples can be done in tens or even hundreds of kilos, but have to be put together through manual sorting to determine the true percentage of biodegradable waste. As there is no such way to clean up the landfill problem yet, it is important to halt the growth of these garbage heaps. The only and most elegant solution is recycling. This has the dual function of limiting the resources we have to mine and manufacture, as well as not having to throw anything away. The energy expended in the reproduction of a single soda can over the production of one from materials that need to be mined saves enough energy to power a television for 3 hours. Annually, no less than 80 billion cans are discarded. That is a monumental amount of money that could be saved on the energy to make cans, not to mention every other kind of reusable material.
Created using Powtoon.